So, as you can see, I already have my comic panel template up on the screen here. It's copyright 2012 by Wilson Parker. I should probably change that to 2013 at some point. Yeah. It's very important to me that people give credit if they reblog this anywhere or anything like that. When I see somebody on Tumblr reblogging my comics but erasing the copyright, it makes me cry. I literally physically cry. All right, so this comic is going to be about a journey to Candyland. And the way I like to draw is I start out drawing some background elements like candy canes here. These are just regular canes so far, but they'll have stripes at some point. And here we have some tum-tums from the tum-tum trees or gumdrops, whatnot. You know, these are really, I guess, I was thinking over these licorice things you get in assorted bags of candy. Here's some gumdrops. Erase little extra lines. If you're wondering why I draw the background first before the characters, it's because that's just how I do it. I don't have a reason really. And here's a figure with a sword. It's radiant. And this is the first thing you see when you walk into Candyland. And here's the stripes. See, they look like canes, but now they look like candy canes. The way I get the stripes to look three-dimensional like this is by following what are called the contour lines. If you have trouble with this, just keep practicing. And I decided to make these into peppermint. Keep the color scheme going. Plus, nobody likes those licorice things. Green gumdrops, blue gumdrops. And you may be wondering why I'm drawing on a layer that's actually above the layer with the panel borders on it. I don't really have an answer for that. this figure yellow, because it will turn out that this is actually Howard. And he's shape-shifted into this floating figure with the sword. Not sure if his wings are reading his wings. We want to redo those. There, that's better. The important thing with angel wings is to make them really big. Use our paint bucket to fill in some remaining areas. And what color do I want? Here, maybe. Some green. There we go. And now I'll just paint in the white on these candy canes, peppermints. Could have just used the fill bucket on the layer they were on, I suppose. That's the lazy way coloring. I think the finished product here will bleed through all over the place is more authentic. You know, we don't want it to be too authentic, though. That just looks sloppy. And I think I'll change the hood to Howard's normal head. It'll be too confusing otherwise. I have a general sense of how this comic is going to go, but there are a lot of details that aren't really nailed down. Howard is actually based on the baby from Eraserhead, but yellow and furry, like a Pikachu. And I'm going to make his sword candy cane stripe too, because it's a candy sword. There. Yeah, that's a good panel. this one's going to be a close-up of Howard speaking. I'm thinking of switching to hand-drawn word balloons. Might try that out this time. Howard is basically a Muppet. If you can draw a Muppet, you can draw Howard. I don't know about hand lettering. I think I'm going to stick with computer font, but in a hand-drawn word balloon here. Let's see how that looks. Howard is yellow. So I'm going to color him in yellow. It's hard to think of interesting things to say while drawing. Guess I should say something about why I'm making this video. I thought it might motivate me to draw more comics if I recorded myself drawing them. Here, Howard is going to have some big little lips. I was talking about Muppets. I was reminded of what's her name from the Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. She has big lips. I was thinking, what if Howard had big lips? And eyeshadow. So I like how that looks. I think Howard will have big lips and eyeshadow from now on. And huge wings. I don't know if I'll keep the candy sword, though. That seems maybe over the top. It says my microphone was muted because it sounded like I was typing. So he's saying, I've come to teach you a simple lesson about life. Unwinder. Should probably make that bigger. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna make a Does death have a CH? I think it's just TH. Is this too much like Art of Bleeding? Because the thing is, in Candyland, I mean, everybody's made of candy, right? So they're all, you know, ultimately they're going to be eaten. Is the thing. Also, it's not a very good board game. You know, it is a Dr. Moody says, without this kind of death, there can be no birth. And then Abram, the safety ape, is like, no, don't die. And then Dr. Moody dies, you know. So, here we have Howard again, and show the wings going around the back. Sketch out the arm with the proper sketch-o-matic guidelines. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on whether the character is in an unusual posture. Doing a weird gesture or something. Now you may be wondering, what he's going to do with this sword. You'll find out. This may end up being a particularly dark comic. No, it doesn't look right at all. Damn it, wings are hard to draw from the back. Yeah, that's good. They need to be bigger. Maybe his wings should be folded now and he's just standing on the ground in front of Unwinder. That looks alright. I'm gonna go with that. I don't have to draw whatever it's obscuring. A lot of my choices of how to frame things are based on that. Yeah. Or I'll put a big word balloon up just because I drew a background really badly. I'm gonna cover it up. Or drew something really offensive in the background. But I can't will myself to erase it. I have to put a word balloon in front of it so I still know it's there. It's a little game I play with myself. So here's Unwinder. Standing there. It's hard to draw Unwinder's head correctly. You'd think I'd be good at it after so long. It doesn't look quite right. Maybe it needs to be bigger. There we go. No, I guess his head is more balloon shaped than that. Well, I'll fix it later. There we go, cross. The hell? Sky. Turn up the threshold here on the fill. Fillaroonie. God damn it. Gibson. Try and get my style. Yellow. Out in a bad room. Oh, totally forgot that I was recording this. Sorry for the swearing. Let's see. Sword. And let's not forget the lips. I guess he doesn't really have lips, so much as just lipstick, but you know, it's the idea of lips. The idea is the important thing. There's a candy sword. People ask me how I get the colors consistent from strip to strip, whether I have a palette or something of all the character colors and that. Truth is, the colors aren't consistent from strip to strip. I just grab whatever seems like it's the right color. It's close enough. Color perception is all contextual anyway. This time I'm just gonna draw this in here. Candyland has strong religious overtones. It's the shtick here in this comic. So here's Unwinder, and he's awestruck. A combination of awestruck and just really wants to eat some delicious candy. He's also been walking for quite a long time. He's been on this journey to Candyland. It's like a religious journey, you know, but for candy. It's a good mouth there. And I'm going to darken it a bit. I just had some great ideas for how to frame these next few panels, so I'm sketching them all out before I fill them in. So you can probably tell what's going on here. He's eating a sword. It's like like a sword swallower swallows a sword. It's a candy sword, so he's literally going to eat it. Yeah. Slices off his tongue. pretty graphic, but I mean, it's not that big a deal for him. Unwinder is like a lizard. If you slice off his tongue, he just grows another one. I think I established that in one of these strips. Maybe not, actually. Well, I'll establish it in this one. I'll just put in a narration box that claims it already was established and refers to a non-existent strip, and sign it Stan. No, that's dumb. I'll just make it so that his tongue doesn't regrow. Here he's eating the sword. Spindly arms emphasize the character traits. It's difficult to reconcile Unwinder's lack of a chin with the fact that the sword has to be going straight down his throat. And he gets too much of a chin here. It's blood, as you can see, and drool. I think I'm going to actually have a panel in between those where I just take a moment to talk to the reader directly about Unwinder's tongue, how it's okay, how his tongue is going to heal itself. And then we'll come back to this. And the next 3 panels will be just zoomed in on the same shot. Assuming the zoom tool decides to play nice here. So I'm gonna delete the first one of these and replace that with me explaining to the viewer how it's all gonna be okay. But now a lot more blood is coming out. It's just going everywhere. Some even got on the mare. And it occurs to me, I don't think I've ever actually drawn Unwinder's blood before, so I've not established what color it is. I think I'm going to say that he has black blood, because that'll be easier to draw. Yeah. On second thought, I'm not gonna explain to the readers that Unwinder's gonna be okay. I'll just have this strip be non-canonical. It would be like an ad for Hostess fruit pies or something at the end, like they did in Archie. Is that Hostess fruit pies? I might be conflating the random religious Archie comics with the Hostess fruit pie ones. Either way, they occupy neighboring mental real estate, so it should still make sense on some level. So now Unwinder is dead, as you can see by the X's in his eyes. And he's just bleeding everywhere. Getting better at these wings. I think I may just not color the rest of this after those first few panels, because it's, when people have a traumatic experience, they'll often remember it in black and white. So this could be like that. But I do have to remember to still put the lipstick on Howard. But maybe I'll put it in a shade of gray. Or maybe that could still be red, just like the one colored thing in the comic. Like, not even Unwinder's blood is red, but the Howard's lips are still red. Then what about candy canes? They'll just look like regular canes. Alright, well, I'll come back to that. So now Howard is crying, but out of joy, not fear. You can tell because he's smiling. And here we have a little Indian chief. The poncho. I don't know if that completely reads. It's a little hard to draw. On second thought, I have no idea why I drew that. I guess it's going to be like the crying Indian, but crying out of joy. Let's draw another cross. Yeah. And the next panel is going to be a close-up of the cross, only it's going to have two additional things sticking out of the center point in 3 dimensions, like an unfolded hypercube. This is what a hypercube looks like if you unfold it. Also known as a tesseract. This is what Jesus would have been nailed to if he was 4-dimensional. Or, well, I suppose he was 4-dimensional, really. He's probably infinite dimensional, but this is what Jesus would have been nailed to if Earth was 4-dimensional, I guess is what I'm saying. I can't take credit for this observation. This is something Jonathan Bowers came up with. He's a mathematician and also a comic artist. Does some really nice stuff. So this is a little bit of artistic license here. These are what they call extras. I learned to draw from Mark Kiesler's Draw Squad, and a lot of it seems like it's for kids, but it still has a lot of validity, even if you're making serious stuff. You know what? I'm going to go back and instead of having the cross be yellow in that third panel, I'm going to change that to be candy cane as well. So clearly it should be a candy cross. It's going to be red and green striped, though, like you sometimes see at Christmas candy canes, for obvious reasons. I never filled in the landscape here. There. Hold on. There we go. There. So I'm going to merge these two last panels into one big panel, I think. And just have this be the panel that explains the message of the strip. And Winder will be waking up in bed after having had this dream. And he'll be looking at an ironic death metal poster on his wall and just having a good hard think. I decided to draw on Winder with his neck much further back. He has a nightcap too here, because this is a Christmas comic. I've decided to do one comic per year, and they will all be Christmas comics. Starting next year, this one will be for Christmas 2014. I may do additional comics between now and then, but I'm not promising anything. My custom painted shoe business has really taken off, so that's occupying most of my time. On the wrong layer. Here's my pillow layer. Where is it? Where is it? Very difficult to restrain myself from swearing in situations like this. It's one of the things I have to work on. Well, I give up. I can't find the pillow layer. There it is. Criminy. Criminetly. I'm just going to move this pillow onto this layer. It's a much more sensible place for it in the stack. That's what we can call a stack of things in computer science. So here's this death metal poster. Actually, I'm gonna draw. Yeah, there. I was gonna draw a death metal poster that looked like a window with Howard looking into it, but I don't really have enough space left to reveal that that's what it was. I think we just confuse people. I could add more panels, but I think 5 panels a year times 3 is more than enough. So, what was the name of that fake computer game in Wreck-It Ralph? Candy Crush? No, Sugar Rush. Yeah, he's gonna realize I don't know if that's really a death metal enough font. So I'm just gonna make this guy really angry. See, it's ironic. Unwinder thinks that makes his behavior okay, that it's all ironic. There's a lot of people who may get the wrong impression from my comics, but I hate irony. Like, nothing makes me more disgusted than irony. Unwinder is sort of a Calvin-like character. He's just sort of personification of everything that I see as being wrong with humanity. And he's barfing. He's projectile vomiting at the poster. This is also a political comic. Except for the barf, that's just a callback to the one where he and barbecue sauce die in the nuclear explosion. And they wake up in bed together, and Unwinder's still wearing his winter hat. That's why he's wearing a nightcap here too. Unwinder always wakes up from these dream comics wearing some sort of hat. Let's see, does that make sense? Taxpayer interest. Yeah. And the pillow will be Congress. And it's spelled with a C because that just makes everyone think, oh, Congress is a con. Ugh. It's not a con. It's a com, if anything, as in communism. But you can't write Congress because people think you just don't know how to spell. There's a coat hanger. We all know what that represents. I don't need to label that one. I decided I am going to color these. What color should Unwinder's tongue be? Have I established that? I think it's lime green. It doesn't have to be the same color it was. His tongue could be a color changing, like a chameleon tongue. Do chameleons' tongues change colors? Maybe it's just the rest of them. This is an impressionistically colored panel. The red is just from the blood. Although his blood isn't actually red, but you know, it gives you the sense of blood to see the color red. These panels will be entirely red. And then I'm just going to do some cross-hatching in the final one. I do have to remember Howard's lips, though. In fact, I think I'm going to do those right now just so I don't forget. Now it looks like his lips are red with blood. That's good. That was an unintentional metaphor, but it gets across what I'm trying to say. Oh, no, wait. The cross was green and red, wasn't it? Maybe it should just be... No, wait. I'm going to make the cross colored the unwinder color. Like... Unwinder's dead, but now the cross is colored like Unwinder was colored. What does that mean? Think about it. Yeah, and think about what a cross is. What is a cross? I should change my credit date here to 2014, just in case I forget at the time. Mr. Tentacle. I guess it's fine. There. That's a quality panel. There. I'm going to draw a little Santa hat on the capital letters of my name to indicate it's a Christmas comic. My name will be Wilson Parker X in 2014 because it's the future. Love it or hate it, you got to accept it. So, not a funny ha-ha comic, maybe, but it might bring a knowing smile to the face of a few readers. This is supposed to be like a stock chart. See, it's a credit seizure. Thanks, Congress. These are kind of hard to draw. I should make sure it's going down, I suppose. I'm going to have the border between this and that be one of those red arrows that shows us, the direction of the trend. Doot, doot, doot. interest has two meanings here, see, because it can be a financial term or it can just mean people aren't paying attention to what Congress is doing. Should probably add a thought balloon from that last panel to Unwinder's head to make it clear that it's him imagining that, and that he really is dead. He's not actually awake. He's just imagining that he'll wake up at the end. So maybe in the fourth panel, he's imagining that he's going to be awake at the end and just wake up and it'll all be a dream. But no, it's not a dream, Unwinder. Yeah, I think this was the color his tongue was. Probably should have colored that panel before I copied and pasted it. It saved me some work here. It's more authentic this way. Yeah, I just noticed the candy stripes. Reverse chirality on that sword between panels 4 and 5. Little things like that bug me a lot. Kind of a perfectionist. Probably noticed. I mean, panels 5 and 6, not 4 and 5. What are you talking about 4 and 5? I think I originally had it in mind to have Brian Raw Turkey in this comic, but I guess he didn't end up being in it. Also going to maybe follow up on that Lady Gaga Christmas tree thing from the nuclear explosion comic. Actually, wait, did I? No, I don't think I actually posted that one. I changed the ending to be completely different. So it wouldn't make any sense to follow up on that, I guess. I might end up posting that, though. In 2015. Just have to draw some Santa hats on everybody. Except for Mildred, because she's Jewish. There. The comic is complete.